Okay, so this is the last subtopic of chapter 4. So this is metallic bonding. So at the end of the session, we should know what is metallic bonding, and we should know how to explain metallic bonding using electron C models. And kita akan tengok factors that affect the strength of metallic bonding. Okay, so what actually is metallic bonding? So apparently on metals they bond quite differently, where they don't actually bond tapi diorang ibarat like a soup. Okay, a soup that is filled with positively charged metal ion and the sea of delocalized electrons. So maksudnya those metals are as a positive charge and keliling dia all of the electrons combine. So bukannya dari satu saja atoms. So these electrons are free to move everywhere around, ibarat sup ni lah. So dia boleh gerak mana-mana sahaja. So this is what called electron C model. So ibaratkan this positive metals are in a sea of electrons. So all of the electrons are moving around them. Okay. So metallic bond can be defined as the electrostatic force. So it is kind of defined as because negative and positive charge are attracted to each other. So kita define it as the force yang bond these metal atoms together are the charges. Not only from their own electrons, also from electrons yang daripada other atoms, but also in the same in the same soup. Okay, so you can imagine dia macam kita ada banyak positive atoms and the electrons are around it, and here this is the main part is not bound to individual atom. So electrons from this, contohlah this one, can also boleh gerak and dia gerak at the same time. Dia gerak sampai hujung pun tak apa, doesn't matter because they are all sharing the electrons. Dia ibarat duduk dalam dorm ramai-ramai, so they want share everything together. So the factors that affect the metallic bond punya strength is dia punya number of valence electrons divided over atomic radius. So pretty much lagi banyak electron valence, so contohnya aluminium ada 3 group 13 compared to magnesium group 2, which is only have 2 valence electrons. So aluminium has a stronger metallic bond than magnesium. Okay, sebab lagi banyak electrons, lagi banyaklah tarikan between the positive metals and also the negatively charged electrons. Okay, so we have the physical properties of metals. Okay, most metals are shiny, yes, they reflect light, and then malleable. So apa maksud dengan malleable? Malleables ni ibarat macam what can I say lah, where you can penyetkan dia and it stay the same, it will stay the same shape as you penyetkan dia. So maksudnya kalau lah you ketuk dengan hammer, that the metal will not break apart macam kaca. Kaca you ketuk, it will shatters, right? Tapi kalau metals you ketuk, dia akan kemek. So malleable is kemek lah. Why it is can be kemekkan without pecah? So kenapa? So the reason why it is, we are back to the electron C models, right? So imagine there are two atoms lah, two metals lah. So this is the metal yang metal punya positive ions, okay, positive charge, and around it ada sea of electrons. So a sea of electrons, so the electrons, and so on and so on. So bila you apply force, so what happen instead of having a massive rupture where they pecah, it's just that all of these are just shifted to the next dia boleh slip between the atoms. So dia cuma tergerak sahaja, sebab this is ibarat macam soup lah. So dia orang boleh tergerak dependent of each other. So tak perlu kalau satu nak gerak kena tolak benda lain. So macam kaca, example lah kaca. So dia orang gerak dekat. So kalau kita apply force, that bila dia nak gerak dia perlu push other atoms yang dalam kaca tu. So dia perlu pecah. While untuk metals dia boleh gerak je. They just slip past through the other electrons. Okay. So apa tu ductile? Ductile is ibarat kalau siapa pernah bakar plastik. So you bakar plastik and then you draw the plastic. Tarik. So contohlah you bakar straw. So you bakar straw kat sini. This is the api, and then you pull it away. Okay. After you pull it away, dekat tengah ni dia akan start to shrink and memanjangkan. So this is what ductile. So ductile is where you boleh tarik without dia putus and dia jadi panjang. So the same reason why dia boleh jadi ductile. It is because it is a sea of electron. We just thin in it. The tarikan is just dia terpisah macam tu saja without putus. Okay. This is what important about metals. Kenapa there's a lot of usage of metals. It is a good conductors of heat and electricity. That's why kita guna copper wire untuk the best conductivity dalam any electrical appliances lah. So there's a cara nak explain it, there's a two way. So for electricity, the reason why it is a very good conductor, because it is, remember, this is a sea of electrons. Okay, the charge are carried around the electrons. Kalau elektron sudah delocalized, maksudnya bukan dekat satu sahaja atom, dia also boleh share with other atom with the same besi yang sama, contohlah. That means that the electricity from this end can easily go to the other end. Sebab elektron ni boleh freely gerak within the sea of electrons. Okay. The same reason on heat. Heat is, kita can explain it using kinetic energy. Okay. Because pretty much heat, when you are supplying energy, the electrons start to vibrate. Sama juga sebab dia adalah in a sea of electrons, dia boleh freely gerak. So the kinetic energy can transfer from one electron to other electron very easily without much resistance untuk dia gerak through the metals. So that's it for metallic bonding.